What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News. Today, I want to discuss this Saturday's co-main event, UFC 289. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly. All right, guys, getting right into it. We got Charles "Do Bronx" Oliveira taking on Beneil Dariush in the lightweight division for basically the number one contender spot to take on Islam Makhachev for the lightweight title next, right? You got Benny, who is in the midst of a 8-fight win streak, who is more than deserving already to get this title shot. I've been screaming it from the top of my fucking lungs for the past year and a half. Finally, he's getting his number one contender fight, the fight that he really deserves, the fight against Charles Oliveira, the former champ, Charlie Olives. I mean, Benny right now is just showing no weaknesses in his game. His striking's A+, his grappling's A+. I mean, just everything, his fight IQ. He's picking these guys apart. I mean, decimating Tony Ferguson, beating Carlos Diego Ferreira, again, just murdering Scott Holtzman, murdering Jakar Close, submitting Frank Camacho. But his most recent fight against Mateusz Gamrot kind of stands out to me because Gamrot, also in his own right, is just like the same version of Beneil. He's very good in everything. He's a standout striker. He's a standout grappler. He's dangerous everywhere. But Benny's just a little bit better than him, and that he just kind of showed. So you see where Benny's at. He has just proven time and time again that he's just right there, number 2, number 3 in the world, and he deserves that shot, right? And going against like Charles Oliveira, this fight's perfect because Charles, in his own right, deserves the rematch against Islam because what he did before, beating Gaethje, beating Poirier, beating Chandler, beating Ferguson, beating Kevin Lee. I mean, the list goes on and on of guys that he was putting away in a row. I remember back when Paul Felder took him out with elbows. It was like 2017, right? It was like 5-6 years ago. And it's like, man, like he was dangerous, but when it came to those elite strikers, he just didn't have it. And then in that fight that he had, I think it was David Tamer. I know that he had the couple wins against Clay Guida and Christos Giagos, but the fight against David Tamer is where I saw where he said, fuck this, not today. It's not happening anymore. And you just saw him get angry and just be the bully from then on. And just ever since then, he was just on a different level and a different stratosphere. His why was more than anybody else in the world. He would not be denied. But then he ran into Islam, and Islam just destroyed him. You know what I mean? I mean, he was just bigger. He just big brothered him that whole fight. And it showed, like, Charles was back in his own head. You saw a lot of the old him in that fight. You know, in a lot of his fights, though, he would get dropped. Gaethje, Poirier, Chandler, they all dropped him, and he had to weather through some stuff almost every single time he went out there. But against Islam, once he got it to the ground, he showed that he had the grappling to match Charles's grappling, and that's where Charles tapped out. None of these other guys that he faced before, they could really match his grappling. So, like, it opened up his striking, and then it was, you know, he had it all, and these other guys just kind of missed the little pieces that he had. And once he reached Islam, he kind of just showed like he just equaled the game and he just didn't have a plan B. He couldn't get out of it. He got smothered and that was it. And after that huge streak, he would be deserving of that rematch, right? But he took some time off. He regrouped and now he's getting the fight that kind of really should happen. This is a purist fight. That's what I love. Both guys deserve the shot. So why not both make them fight it out for the shot? Where Charles, the former champ, let's see if he still got it. There is now going to be that question mark. Are we going to see the old Charles Oliveira? Are we going to see that same switch that it just seemed every single time he would get dropped, like, nope, not today, not today. And that's just what would happen time and time again. I'm curious to see how his mental is going to be because that's going to be the determining factor of the future of Charles Oliveira because he's got the skills everywhere. But it's all going to matter if he really still wants it. Beneil Dariush, right now, he's in the midst of his win streak. He wants that title shot. He's hungry. He's angry. He feels spited by the UFC. So, I mean, I'm really curious to see what type of Charles Oliveira we're going to get because I already feel like as long as Benny's healthy, we know what we're going to get out of Beneil Dariush this Saturday. I think Beneil's going to get the victory. I just think that right now, he's just going to be too much. I think he's just too mentally strong right now. I've bet against Charles so many times, or even in the last fight, I'm not going to bet against him anymore. But I've been clamoring for Dariush to get that title shot for some time now. So I really hope he goes out and gets the victory. Nothing against Charles Oliveira. He definitely will. If he shows that he still has that mental fortitude, I can see him definitely getting a submission finish in this fight. But that's the huge question mark. Guys, that's going to do it for today. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Do you guys think Beneil Dariush is going to come out with the dub and get the title shot next? Or is it still the Charlie Olive's time, Charles Do Bronx Oliveira? Do you guys think that he's going to get it done against Beneil Dariush this Saturday? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Guys, that's going to do it for today. Mr. Mustache, MMA News out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.